Bienvenidos al Medical Spanish Podcast. Soy la doctora Molly Merton. Through this podcast, I provide interactive audio lessons that teach practical Spanish for healthcare and elsewhere. This is the first of a 5-part interview with Francisco Chavajay, curandero de huesos, a folk healer of bones. I interviewed Don Francisco while studying at the San Pedro Spanish School in Guatemala. I am very thankful to Don Francisco for sharing this information about his work. It is important for all of us who live and or work within a Latino community to understand curanderismo, folk healing. When I talked with people in San Pedro La Laguna about Francisco Chavajay, everyone had a story about how he had cured them or their family member. I also heard about people traveling from other countries to get help with their back problems and other musculoskeletal problems. It was obvious that Francisco Chavajay holds a very respected position in the community and is an integral part of their healthcare. Therefore, I hope this interview not only helps you to improve your Spanish-speaking skills, but also opens your mind to the world of curanderismo and the important role it plays in the Latino culture. I began the interview asking Don Francisco when he became a curandero. Ahora escuchemos la entrevista con Don Francisco. Estoy con el curandero Francisco Chavajay de San Pedro La Laguna. Muchas gracias, Francisco, por estar aquí con nosotros hoy. Quisiera hacer esta entrevista para que podamos aprender sobre lo que es un curandero y qué proporciona a la comunidad. Primero, me gustaría saber cuándo te hiciste curandero.
Bien, gracias. Mi respuesta es la siguiente. Fíjese que para ser curandero uno no aprende, no le enseñan, sino que le trae desde el vientre de la madre. O sea, es un don que Dios le da a uno. Yo soy curandero de huesos, quebraduras, zafaduras, torceduras, algo así, deslocaciones, todo eso, ese es mi trabajo.
Como ortopedista.
Eso, así es. Y es que el don que uno trae, lo trae desde el vientre de la madre. Es que, según las costumbres de mis abuelos antepasados, en el momento de concebir un hijo en la madre, trae un don. En el momento de dar a luz al nacer, también. Y al crecer, ¿qué es lo que uno va a venir a hacer? ¿Cuándo empieza el trabajo?
So when I asked Don Francisco, when did you become a curandero? ¿Cuándo te hiciste curandero? He responds,
para ser curandero, uno no aprende, no le enseñan, sino que le trae desde el vientre de la madre. O sea, es un don que Dios le da a uno.
To be a curandero, one doesn't learn, they aren't taught, but they get it from the womb of their mother. That is, it's a gift that God gives you. And that concludes part 1 of my interview with Don Francisco, curandero de huesos. In the premium podcast offered at docmolly.com, we listen to all 5 parts of the interview. After each part, we review what Don Francisco said. The premium podcast is interactive with pauses for you to practice your Spanish. We review the key vocabulary and grammar as we practice interpreting each key line from the interview. And finally, before wrapping up this episode, I would like to explain the use of tú versus usted in this interview. You may have noticed that I addressed Don Francisco using tú. I decided to do this after talking with the staff at San Pedro Spanish School, as we thought it would make him feel more comfortable and welcome. Surprisingly, he addressed me as usted. So I guess I'll continue to struggle with when to use usted and when to use tú. I think in most cases, when speaking to someone who is older than I am, and especially someone I have just met, I will use usted in the future. I will also continue to use usted with patients I have just met. But interestingly, when talking with my teacher at San Pedro Spanish School, Javier Mendez, he brought up that using tú can be helpful when speaking to someone about a difficult diagnosis. Since using tú is a more amiable way of communicating with someone, Javier felt that addressing someone as tú can be very comforting during a difficult time. Y eso es todo por hoy. Hasta la próxima. This is a production of DocMolly.com, where you will find interactive audio lessons that teach Spanish for healthcare and elsewhere.